There comes a moment in every generation when you look around and realize the world has changed. People have grown tired, dreams have faded, and the noise of doubt has grown louder than the voice of faith. But not here. Not in the land where freedom was born. Not in the country that rose from dust through blood and fire, through sacrifice and faith, the United States of America. Because we are the fire that never dies. Every street in America tells a story. From the steel of Pittsburgh to the deserts of Arizona, from the skyscrapers of New York to the farmlands of Iowa, this country was built by people who refused to quit. They weren't born rich. They weren't born perfect. They were born hungry for life, for purpose, for something greater. They worked double shifts, held 2 jobs, raised kids, built businesses, served their country, and never complained. Because that's what the American spirit is. Not comfort, but courage. In America, we fall, but we rise. We fail, but we try again. We get knocked down, but we stand taller. That's what makes this land more than a country. It's an idea. An idea that says anything is possible if you're willing to work, sweat, and believe. Our ancestors crossed oceans. They built cities from nothing. They faced storms, wars, and heartbreak. But they never let the fire go out. That fire burns inside you right now. There's a reason people from all corners of the world look to this flag. Because it represents hope, strength, and possibility. When you see the stars and stripes, you see more than colors. You see the sacrifice of those who gave everything for freedom. You see soldiers who stood tall when others ran. You see mothers who worked 3 jobs to feed their kids. You see dreamers who built empires out of garages. You see hearts that refuse to quit. That's America. That's you. The comeback mindset. There's something about this land. We love the underdog story. Because America is the underdog story. We started with nothing but a dream. And we turned it into the most powerful nation on earth. But that didn't happen by accident. It happened because ordinary people chose to do extraordinary things. They didn't wait for luck. They made their luck with hard work, late nights, calloused hands, and unbreakable faith. And now it's our turn. You see, the world wants you to believe that you can't make it. That you're too small, too late, too tired. But that's a lie. Every great story in American history began with someone who was told they'd never succeed. Henry Ford was told his ideas were impossible. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. They didn't stop because they were tired. They stopped only when they won. The fire inside. You listen closely. That fire inside you? That restless voice that says, I can do more. I was made for more. That's your American spirit talking. You were not born to be average. You were born to rise every time life knocks you down, every time you lose hope. Remember this. The greatest power you have is not in your hands, but in your heart. It's the courage to stand up when you could stay down. It's the strength to smile when everything hurts. It's the decision to keep fighting when the world says stop. That's the real America. Not the headlines, not the politics. The people, the builders, the dreamers, the believers. Rise again. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you've lost someone you love. Maybe you've lost yourself. But America has always been about comebacks. We rise again. Every single time. When we fell on 9/11, we rose again. When the economy crashed and we rose again. When the storms came, we rebuilt again. Because the fire in our heart is stronger than any storm that tries to break us. So today, I want you to remember this. You are living proof that the American dream is still alive. Because you are the dream. Every time you get up early to work, every time you chase your goals, every time you choose hope over fear, you are keeping that dream alive. You are writing the next chapter of this country's story. And your story matters. The dream never dies. People may doubt you. People may laugh at you. But one day, they'll look back and realize you never gave up. That's how legends are made. Not by luck, not by fame, but by grit. So don't wait for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself. Because that's the American way. Stand tall. Work hard. Keep your faith strong. The road won't be easy, but nothing great ever is. And when you finally reach the top, look back, not with pride, but with gratitude. Because every failure, every tear, every late night built you into who you are today. Final words. This is the land of the brave, the home of the free, and the heart of the unbreakable. So don't let anyone tell you that your dream is dead, because the fire that built this country still burns inside you. Remember this, the American spirit never dies. It just waits for moments like this to rise again. Stand up, look up, and let the world hear your heart say, I am America. I am the dream. I am the fire that never dies.